racing one. But I want to see what my boys do it though. Because it was raining, and when it rains, bro, anything can happen. Anybody can crash, bro.
Oh, people be crashing on the like normal?
What? Bro, two people crashed today.
Nah.
And they just scooped up their car and that was it. It's over.
I cannot be a racer.
Bro,
I seen too many of them deadly crashes, explosions.
The thing is mad safe, but bro, it's crazy. Bro.
It's safe?
It's safe, bro, because the cockpit, bro, is made out of some hard, like army tank type thing. I be seeing the car get thrown around and just the seat. The nigga be skated on the seat, basically. Like, everything else is destroyed.
That's crazy.
But those guys are definitely adrenaline junkies. So, alright. Maybe I'll put it like this. Because remember, we really want to be looking for the structure, right? Then like I said, you got support or resistance and supply and demand. This is what I want to tell you real quick. Supply is like this. Every time you see them coming here, and then eventually you'll learn about volume. Volume just means the amount that's being conducted, like high level. So imagine this right here, and you see the volume up here is like, it will show you something like this. It's more red instead of like a little bit of green. Again, these are stuff you're gonna learn. But this is what you want to recognize. It's a key area where they're really showing you that the sellers are just there waiting, bro, to sell. You know what I mean? Unlike resistance where it could be short term, like you could have this right here, right? And then you might think this is resistance real quick. But it's just short term. See how it's just short? Like, okay, if you see it go back down from here, and then you see it come up. So you see the difference how, okay, it's resistance. On this one, when you see them go in there, bro, it's just gonna come down like that.
It's gonna get slapped.
It's gonna get slapped, bro. There's none of this that's gonna go on. They're not gonna be able to hold up nothing, drop it a little bit, bro. They're just gonna get slapped, and it's just gonna be selling. Like, you're just gonna see big red candles come out of this thing like this. Like, no joke. Well, you saw it the other day. Once they get trapped. So that's what you gotta remember. And the same thing for the opposite way. You know what I mean? They're not gonna be able to come into this part. I knew it was gonna die.
Oh, the marker?
Yeah, that's why I kept trying to save it. I'm gonna wipe it off. We should be good. They're not gonna be able to come down here, bro, and be like, oh yeah, they're gonna break through like this. That's not happening in a good demand area. Maybe a little bit, you know what I mean? But it's not gonna be massive. So maybe they come down like this, and maybe they break a little bit, come out. But there's not gonna be that little pushback. They just gonna come up in here, and then you're just gonna see a bang. So look for explosions off those areas. Resistance, yeah, they can still get slapped. But then by the time you see the big slap, it's probably supply now. You know what I mean? That's what you really want to look for, the big move to me. And that's really where I see it. Again, I really see that where it's like, bro, if you a seller, I'm gonna run to supply. Because when I run to supply and the buyers come, bro, we're gonna jump you. Everybody's getting jumped out here. There's no way, no buyers, no green flags over here. Nobody's walking around with that. Everybody's getting jumped. Same thing for down here. So I really look for that structure, right? Then, bro, after that, the second thing I really look for, I'll look at the EMA at the same time. Where's the EMA? Where's the trend line? You know what I mean? That's where I'm really trying to take, I call those key entry points. And I never want to trade, bro, without one of those. Because, bro, again, again, it's the same thing. Remember how we said like, oh, it's in the middle of nowhere? You're basically doing that if you don't have none of those. Like, oh, I'm gonna sell again right here. That's crazy. You see already how you can get trapped. Oh, I'm just gonna buy right here. You just got slapped again. So like you could have just took 2 wrong trades just off you looking at blank. If you're looking at blank, they're gonna get you. And I would say the third thing, I'm looking for mistakes. Always. Not mine, other people's. That's where the strategy comes in. What we're looking for, if it's going up, we're looking for it to go up. Then we're looking for it to come back. Then we're looking for it to go a little bit up. And when are we going to take this trade? When we see them try to do that right there. When we see them try to do that right there, that's what we're looking for to go back up and have a nice big trade. Nice big trade, or like we got a 2 for 1. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like, it can be, like you said, a big trade, but remember, like we said, we locking in our 2 to 1. We got it.
Oh, yeah.
You know? It can't, but just know.
2 to 1, the risk reward, right?
Yeah, the risk reward. But always keep in mind that, bro, you can't get a big move. Like, we're gonna watch my video that I took my last stream. You're gonna see why I got mad. Because people were like, oh, you didn't take any? Because, bro, I was trying to catch basically from the top of the trend line. I see them going in the trend line. I'm trying to catch in here. I miss it. I get it again. I moved my stop too early. I made 200. But then they stopped me out, and then, bro, they just dropped it. So, again, when I see that and you're getting frustrated, you got to realize, mental.
Yeah, because in the title, you didn't put the,
Oh, yeah,
you didn't put that either. You didn't put the, what is it called?
The tag. I didn't even look, bro, because I was so pissed. I was like, I'm leaving that. Because, bro, I could have made a couple bands that day just by holding it. But, again, I lock in my 2 to 1, or I lock in my, the least you want to do, too, is 1 to 1. Remember that. Least. If you see it's
1 to 1 breaking even, right?
Yeah, break even or 1 to 1. But really, let's say, if I'm risking 200, if I can lock in 200, at least do that. And then let the rest run. But remember, your aim is 2 to 1.
Nah, you really rage quit. You rage quit the...
Bro, I had to, bro. I had to, before I rage quit. You see, I catch myself before that happens. And then you start raging while you trading. Oh, bro.
Time to put it away.
Yeah, bro, put it away because you already upset. Guess what can happen? You lose a trade.
Yeah.
Then what's gonna happen to you? Oh shit! I start talking about, oh, you about to make money back. Oh nah, bro. It starts being like you just start stirring.
It's a downward spiral.
Recipe of disaster. You're gonna make back money? How? Where does that happen? No, you don't make back money. You're gonna move on to the next trade. So that's actually a good point. My next thing is to always check myself. Like before I'm gonna take a trade, bro, I'm really looking at myself like, for these 3 right here, are these present or am I trying to make something happen? Bro, we do not make stuff happen in here. Yeah, we buy and sell and that's what moves the market. We don't get to make our own luck in here though. We gotta find our edge. That's what's gonna help us. And even, like I tell you all the time, even that, bro, you could have nice trend line right here, right? You can have the nice 2 pushes up, right? You can have a red bar that looks amazing. Amazing, something like this, right? Good. But that's your rules. That's what you're supposed to do now. You're supposed to enter 1 tick below here, right? It's supposed to go one short below there, and then your stop loss is supposed to go here. Bro, you think that's a great trade. And then all of a sudden, bro, they just come and eat that. For no reason, bro. That's a good, bro. You cannot be upset with yourself. You cannot be like, oh, damn, I gotta stop. It works every other time, right? So if this time it don't work, okay, something's telling you. And for me, when I get trades wrong, bro, I see that as help. And why I say as help? Because they are just showing me But that one time I got stopped out, the direction for the day.
Oh, so if it doesn't go according to plan and what you predict is like, if it doesn't go what like should be predicted,
Right.
then that means that the direction it went. So right there, right? You predicted it to go down.
What I just drew before?
Yeah, what you
right.
just drew.
And then it
but
goes
since
up.
it went up, that means for the day it's gonna go up.
It could possibly, not could possibly. Remember, we're always trying to think what ifs. We're always trying to think if this happens, then this. Mm-hmm. It's always a if or. You don't want to be so straightforward like, oh yeah, today, now it's going up. No. Because in a second, it can just start going down. So that's why I say you want to look at the structure. Because, okay, I see that the second try to go short, that failed. Okay, maybe the buyers are strong today. Keep that in my mind. You know? Keep the buyers in my mind. Okay, they did. So now if I see more situations where the sellers are making a mistake and the buyers are probably going to capitalize, those are the trades I'm taking. Know what I'm saying? But if you look for these things, bro, that's your main thing. I want to go over just the strategy again. Last time. But just remember these four right here. Don't add, right, that's the hardest thing, honestly. Mental discipline. All right, you're going to learn this strategy in a few months. You're going to know what you're looking for, right? What's going to be tough on you is when you're sitting there, and it's tough on all of us, we're traders. When we're sitting there, right? And bro, I'm sitting there, nothing's happening. Trade just been like this. Then I start seeing some move like that. What you want to do? You want to jump in, right? Because you're like, yo, that's crazy, bro. This move is crazy. Like, I could make some money right now. Nah, bro. I've seen it too many times where literally the second you're like, oh yeah, it's just gonna keep going down, right? So you jump in right here. Right then, bro. They just go up. Like right out of nowhere. Because again, you're trading in like no man's land. Mm-hmm. You never want to be in no man's land. Bro, always think to yourself, again, while I recording myself, later I'm thinking back to myself too. Okay, when I watch these trades, can I explain to myself why I just took that trade? Always keep that in your mind. Later, it's like I take trades that I'm proud of. And okay, basketball, I'm taking a shot, I'm proud of it. I don't care if it goes in or not, bro. That was a good shot to me. Mm-hmm. Basically, that's what you always want to be doing. But if you running up the court and you just doing some shit like this, like, nah, bro, if you miss, bro, you're not helping yourself. And you know this is a game where you mostly lose. I tell you that already. You're mostly gonna lose, bro. Overall. Until you just start being so disciplined, whereas the losses are gonna teach you that. That's why you're gonna lose in the beginning. You're gonna be like, oh nah, bro, I'm not gonna do this again. I just lost like $500 yesterday because of that shit. I bet you it's like you paying expensive lessons, bro, that you're gonna learn in a second because it cost you. Alright, last time I jumped in the middle of nowhere, maybe it works once, right? But it's only working, the market will make it work so often, bro. So the next time you try it,
look.
Exactly. They're going to take that back that you got last time, times like 3. Because you're like, oh yeah, I got this one now. Always, bro. Always rules. Always rules, bro. Remember that, John. Always. This freaking mark. Can you still see this?
Not really.
Not really. Alright, bro. We're going to go for blue. We almost done. Just want you to start getting familiar. So now you kind of hear me telling you some of the terms that he be saying. Oh, he's looking for a second entry long. He's looking for a lower high. He's looking for a higher low. Mm-hmm. Don't even let them confuse you for a second, bro. You know what I said? That's my problem with why I'm even liking to do this. Like, I don't even like the camera to do this, bro. This is a job where we're supposed to we don't need nobody else. You hook up your computer, but I feel like more people need to know, but they make it so difficult. They making it so difficult. Like, second entry loan, what would you describe that as?
That's when there's a 2 pullback and then you enter at the second time.
They try to go back.
So
Yeah, look for the pullback, but then remember, it's most importantly the second time they break above a bar. Like that's when.
Yeah, can you draw it right quick next to the word?
I got you. So that's when it's been going. This right here is the high, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's going down. Then all of a sudden, you got something. Remember, the green candle is gone, so maybe I colored them in. So this, these are the red candles. All right, I colored it. So this right here is the first time. Let me put the high higher. Down there. Let me put the high higher. So this is the high, right? You see this? How it breaks above this bar right here for the first time since the high?
Yeah.
So that's the highest bar. So that was the up bar. This is then the next time they broke above a bar. That's the first time. Alright? Then I'm looking for the second time, depending on what's going on. Because you got also new high, first entry short, pullback, second entry. But focus on the long though. I just want to show you how the strategies mix in each other. As you're looking for a second entry long, you're hoping it comes right after a second entry short. Because the shorts just got trapped and people looking, bro, like this strategy is like the market. Like the market moves in twos. Don't let nobody tell you different. Always. No. If it's going up, bro, it's gonna try to do it too. If it's going down, it's gonna try to do it too. So you're looking for, okay, first, go back, look at this now. All of a sudden, you see a bar like this, right? And it's a green bar. Now it didn't break above the bar yet necessarily, but even better, let's say it looks something like this, with the wick at the bottom.
That's a signal to go long, right?
Right, exactly. When you see them start getting eaten out right there, you like, okay, they basically always think of Pac-Man. They just chop that bar like all of it. Like all of it just, oh crap, okay. So there's people that were short right here. They put in a stop loss right here. What you want to come in and do is put your entry. Let's see. Here's the red. You want to put your entry right here.
Where they put their stop loss?
Right. You want to enter where people are supposed to exit. Remember I said mistake?
Yeah.
That's a key mistake. If the price is not hitting where they're supposed to exit, clear mistake. That's where you want to have your entry too. Because you know it's going to get filled. They up there, they have it up there already. You just got to wait for price to trigger it. And you're thinking about the second entry long. Remember? This is going to be the second time now a bar breaks above this bar. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Your stop loss will go right here. Your entry's right there. And you're trying to take this back to up at least right there. So you see why you have to know the higher high, higher low, and the lower high and the lower low structure? Because this is a high, let's see, a high right here. If you don't see the low coming back, let me draw another full picture for you so you can understand too.
Quick question though, cause you see that bull candle that you drew?
Uh-huh.
If that wasn't there, you would guess that it would be a downtrend, right? Because it keeps going lower highs and lower lows.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, like without that bull candle right there.
Exactly.
It's a downtrend.
That's why I kind of drew the full picture for you. This is the low, right? Look how this right here is a high low. See what I'm saying? Because this would have been the low. You want me to redraw it?
Oh no, that's good.
You sure? So just remember, this is the low right here. Then, this is the high. So now you got the high and the low mapped out, right? You got a low right here, push down lower. This is the first push down. See how this is the first short? The first time they try to go shorts is this. Then they pull back, which is now your first entry long at the same time. At the same time,
the buyers pull back, right?
Exactly, the buyers pull back. Now, the sellers are thinking, what these sellers are thinking, bro, they thinking this price is gonna go back down here. Always know it's a mind game of where price is gonna go. That's what you're trying to figure out. So the sellers are always gonna think the price is gonna go down, obviously. And the buyers are thinking the price will go back to the top. You wanna sit there while they're building the story, see how they build the story. Just hop on the wave. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Sellers think they're gonna go down here, so they thinking that's one push down. They looking for this, right? When in all reality, what's happening is this. See how it's very similar patterns?
Yeah.
Same thing happening, two pushes. Just you gotta know which side. Because they looking for this to come back and take down this low right here. Let me draw that M for you. They looking for price to come back down here. When all in fact, price is really coming back up here, like I said. So it's a fake out. You see how it's always can be a fake out? Because they got one pullback. When you start to see this, you're starting to think, okay, this is gonna fail and then come back down if you're a seller. If you're a buyer, you're looking for that second entry to go long to take back to the top. So it's two people with opposite mindsets, two people with opposite things they want to see happen. You have to decode basically who's right or wrong.
Like NPCs.
Right. Who's gonna come out right? Who's gonna come out on top?
So they don't be like trying to dissect they don't try to dissect the like graphs and stuff or analyze anything. They just stick to their mindset of it's gonna go down, it's gonna go up.
Simple. Blind buying and selling, bro. That's why you wanna do all the things to build your story. You wanna draw your trend line. You know what I mean? You wanna look for your second entry. You wanna look where your support or resistance is at. You wanna look at all that stuff. You wanna look at the EMA, which is very good and can tell you a price. Cause let's say this is the EMA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And price, bro, just been on it, on it, on it, on it. I'm buying for the day. I see that, let's say you look at this, I see the second price have broken under it for the day. That just got smacked. Same way. That just got slapped.
But once you see that last line you did? That's all the way up there and the image down here. Once you wanna short it though, cause you know it's gonna go back down to the image.
Well, you gotta, that's all depends, right? Because I was just kind of showing you that. Now you could short it, but I'm gonna show you a rule for that real quick. I'm gonna show you a rule for when you could short or when you could buy, which again, people are not doing. This is the last thing we're gonna go over. But you do see what I was saying here though.
Yeah.
Like you understand this. This is a second entry short fail, which then activated a second entry long, which is perfect. And regarding the EMA, you would want to make sure the EMA is something like this. See how the EMA is holding the price?
Yeah.
Now think about the opposite, right? Can happen. If I see the EMA like that, and I see price just going, you see what I'm saying? It can't break above the EMA. That's the signal that it's going down. When it's above, that's the signal that it's going up, right? Like this.
Oh, I texted you about that.
Right, exactly. Now what you also want to keep in mind, right? Oh, shit. Is this right here. It could also help you notify what kind of structure the EMA, right? Because if the EMA is like this, and price is doing something, well, you shouldn't do that honestly. Let me draw it flat. If the EMA is just like this, right? And price down, hold on. Show it here. So the EMA is just flat basically, right? Flat line. And you see price just doing some shit on it, don't trade. That means, bro, look at what it literally means. This is supposed to be the average price, right? That means these are the sellers, these are the buyers. And they cannot decide if this is a good, you know? They are basically agreeing right here that that's a good price. When people are agreeing, don't trade. Not every, that means at any time you don't know what's gonna happen. And you will know for a fact that's like this. The trading range. See what I'm saying?
But didn't you also say you could take it at either the resistance or the support though, right?
But that's because you learned trading range rules. I'm already teaching you the rules. In a trading range, yeah. But like for instance, remember how I was saying you want to take trades around the EMA? When you see it ripping through and not respecting it, leave that joint alone. Come back when it's respecting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wait till you see some respect being thrown around here before you try to get back in. Alright. So last rule, because you're learning your candlesticks, you're learning your patterns, you're learning your uptrend, downtrend, trading range, right? You know what those are.
Yeah.
Right? And you know what trend lines are. Trend lines are basically showing you where
the line.
Yep.
That was like on the outside, right?
That's basically showing you the border where they're keeping price in. It's holding nicely. Remember again, bro, I'm still learning. So again, maybe I'll come back next time when I tell you something new, because I'm learning all of it. What you want to focus on right here, say you have an uptrend, right? Let's say this is price. Right? And it's been respecting it the whole time. Right? And all of a sudden it breaks out. What people are gonna start doing, they start selling right here.
Selling where?
They're gonna start selling as soon as they see it start to break.
Yeah.
Right? You need to remember to not do that under one other condition, which I'm gonna show you after. You never want to start selling immediately. You see this? You want to sell, right, after you see price come up and take out this high.
Alright, so you wanna start selling after it takes out the previous high, right? Alright.
So what you're really looking for is this is a new high, NH, and you want a new extreme to be formed.
Okay, I heard about that.
Yeah. So this right here is this is the break of trend. This is the high. You're looking for the break, new high. Okay. So let's say you see, for example, new high right here, and on a microscopic level. Come on, give me a look at that juice in the dog. Dead. But let's say for the sake of it, right? In this little area, imagine this is what's going on, like zoomed in. All of a sudden you see this. It was a big candle before, right? And guess smaller, right? You see, if this is outside the trend, and this is the new extreme, and I see something like this, if you want to be aggressive, you can start selling. Because they already made this high, right? But what you then want to do is go back to the strategy right away, right? And your structure. So you got a new high now. This is the low right here. This is the first time they tried to go low, right? You want to sit here and wait for them to try to go high again, get wigged out.
So you want to wait for your second time to happen, right?
Second time to go short. Now you want to get on board with that. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because the new extreme is already done. So where they was going short right here, that's way too early. Wait for the new extreme to be formed. Then on this, what you're really doing is I'm anticipating to put an entry right there. My stop loss is gonna be right there. And my take profit, I'm really trying to see if this just reverses now. Because after a breaker trend and new extreme, it's something like, they call it correction. It could start going into the trading range, or bro, it could just reverse. So if it was going up, right, and this is the trend, and the break, and then it went high, you can look for it to reverse. What does that look like right there? Remember that pattern I was showing you?
What is?
How the market moves in twos?
Oh, the up down.
Look at the up, big down.
Isn't that the two pullback?
Second entry short, which is what you're looking for on a micro scale. So you remember I told you trading is like everything is what's big is small. What's small is big and can get even smaller. So this is a two-legged move. You're now looking at the candles for a two-legged move to get in. So when you see that, as soon as this candle break down here, bro, you should be in that trade. And then you're looking to take this trade back to at least this low right here. Back to, like if you get in here, you're looking for at least this, but in all reality, you could look for it to go back and take that out. See what I mean? Mistakes again? Because the mistake here is
to think you have to sell, right?
early. That's one mistake. Then the mistake here is to think that this, as a two-legged move, what they're also looking for right here is for this, and they think this leg right here is about to be copied over here for a two-legged move. So you see how it's always two-legged moves. But if you know the trend line rules, bro, and if you draw all your trend lines, you will know when it's gonna reverse. And you will know when the trend is quote unquote over. Like example, this is actually perfect. If you see a breaker trend, right? And let's say this is the EMA. Right? And you see how they came back, they didn't break below the EMA. They got support. You see them start going back up? You can take this trade, bro, and try to catch it back to this new high. You want it to break, but be cautious though. This is where you know the rules. So really what I'm trying to show you is you start drawing your trend lines, you start knowing the motion of the market. Like you start knowing what's supposed to happen, having some good inferences. Because it broke out the trend line. Okay, it's going up. Once I see it past the new high, if I see any signs of selling, I'm trying to get in there. But only when the rules apply. We're trying to see something like this, or we're trying to see a lower high being formed. You know what I'm saying? We could take that. But we only take that with this. And what could be even better, bro, is if this new high is formed and there was some freaking resistance up there. If the new high is formed, this is perfect. If it's literally formed just up in here, and you see that rejection right there, and you see them try to go back again, and you get rejected, perfect.
Perfect for selling, right?
Alright, my boy. Like I said, bro, you're a quick dude, my boy. You're a quick dude. So, perfect for selling. And why would you say that? you have one reason right here. There's resistance or supply. We don't know what it is because it's not a live chart. There's a break and a new high already in place. So that's two positives. You got two. Really, you could even say this is one. You could say this is two, because you need this to even try to think about going short. So once you see the break and new high, that's one reason. Then you see the sellers start coming out of nowhere. That's two. Then you got your second entry short. See what I'm saying? That's three. So you see how it's like, I don't know, bro, like it's kind of telling you, or like calling out to you if you really pay attention. Definitely not a time to buy, because the buying just got sold out, and basically they just bought everything that they could, and now they're reversing it to sell. That uptrend's over. As well as if you see the EMA here and up there, like you said, good time to take a short back to at least the EMA.
Because it acts like a magnet, right?
Boom, at least. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I kind of color my stuff. Like, I don't even know. It's crazy I say that, because I don't even know what's the color of a magnet, but I do mine is yellow. So I'm always looking at it most often. Where is it at? I'm always checking. Where is it at? Where is it at? What's going on? Know what I'm saying? Let me, alright. So remember that rule, bro. Right? And remember, that's really the only time I'm looking for reversals. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm in an uptrend and I saw a break and then I saw a new high, I'm not trying to go long no more. They gotta then show me basically a continuation into another trend line. You know what I'm saying? Like if for instance that just now was something like this, and then there was another trend line like this that price went into, okay. You know what I mean? Because there's a trend line there. But if I don't see no trend line, and I just see them come here and check off the EMA and then take this, then all of a sudden I see it start to go down, I'm looking to take this reversal down to at least these two levels. You see what I mean? Mistake. Always look for the mistake. Oh, they was gonna buy it through the roof right here. So hold on, why is it turning back then? Y'all was coming, bro. This is a lot of, this means a lot of pressure. So there's a lot of pressure coming from the buying side. If there's a lot of pressure coming from the buying side, and then all of a sudden it just died off. Okay, I'm looking at. I remember that's why I said we don't really keep a bias. I don't keep a bias for too long. The market gives me my bias. I'm going long, all of a sudden the bulls are getting killed. I'm looking to go short. You know what I'm saying? With the overall bigger trend for the day, that's why you kind of zoom out. Remember how I kept zooming out and zooming back in? Because if you see it's just been going down all day, definitely not going to buy. You know what I mean? From the left. Always look back to the left. The last thing I'm going to go over is basically the opposite way. Alright? So you see price doing something like this, and it breaks. You gonna go long?
Nah.
Why not?
Cause first of all, that's only the first time that happened. There's no second,
Oh boy.
There's no second entry.
Always. No matter how good it looks, Gavin. Like, yo, it will look so good, bro. Like, bro, the bar could be like this, bro. I promise you. Unless, that's why I said, let's say if you want to go long, one thing's gotta happen. Well, two things gotta happen. The bars, they gotta break above the EMA, and then, bro, you gotta see them come back down here and check off the EMA and go up. They can't break back below it. That's the only time I'm like, alright, this trend's over, and they're not gonna respect it no more. But as long as, bro, the EMA is, as long as the EMA's right here, and they can't break above it, especially, and it's getting respected, bro, nah. You hear what I said, bro? It could look good as day. Let it go without you. If you don't see that come back down first and make that new low, bro, let it go without you. It's better to be out of a trade sometimes than to then take a losing trade. So I see this, I'm not even worried about that. What's crazy is if you recognize, remember like I told you the first time, if you recognize that that's what they doing, and you see that first try up, bro, if you see them try to go up again, and basically there will be a little trend here, like that. Like there will be a big trend, then they'll make a little small trend on the side. Remember how many lines I was drawing? Because as this breaks out of another trend, it's gonna make another little one on the side. And what's gonna happen is they'll do the trend line rule. So there'll be a break and a new high. So look how you got first entry, pull back, second, right? You can even take this short, which is stop here, back to this low. Because you know that's where price is supposed to go. And that would be a very good trade, bro. I try to take trades, again, you don't know, but it's in your head. A 90% short trade in your head. That's gonna play out. This looks like a very good trade to me, because there's no new low right here yet. They just tried a second entry long, right? This is second entry right here, which is not failing. Take that. Now, as soon as you see price break this area, I'll put my stop right here, or I'll put my take profit right there, bro, and get out. Yeah, sometimes it can keep going. Okay, cool. If you get it sometimes, you know what I mean? Great. Remember, don't chase that though. You know what I mean? Don't be chasing that. Just know price is supposed to go at least right here in your plan. It went below that. Cool. Now there's a new low. If I start seeing now price start going up, first entry short, pull back. You see how it breaks the EMA?
Yeah.
Remember, this is after all this has happened. Price went up twice, under the EMA, came back down, made the new low. They got first entry, pull back, second entry long. You can take this as long as you see this new low in place. But again, you want to be sure, wait for this second entry short to fail. And then when that fails, you want to take this, stop below the EMA, you can take that. But you see what I kind of was telling you, how you could see how trend, because look, remember these aren't candles, but watch how I could do this. See that break? Even right here, price might even come out and make another new low before it goes back up. So let me draw this right for you. So you got break, new low, right? Look how you can still draw an uptrend on that all of a sudden. So you see the path, how you start making yourself a pathway?
Mm-hmm.
And after a while, bro, you're just gonna catch it. Because even all this, you can say this is kind of a trading range. And then if you sell at the top, which is a good trade, that's your second entry long, you can hold this whole thing down to the bottom. That's one trading you're done for the day. You don't need to trade no more than that, bro. One nice second entry long or second entry short. And bro, this, like I said, bro, this is our last one. Remember, this is our low, right? You all of a sudden look for the higher low to be formed too. You know what I'm saying? Got that? Got that? This higher low is a second entry short. Good. You're getting clear signs of that it's going up. Buy that. All about taking good chances, bro. You got any questions?
Nah.
Is it resonating?
Yeah. I was I forgot which video that you sent me. It was kind of like this, talking about like the new extreme and all that.
Right. That's all our strategy, bro. If you miss a trend, try to get in on the entry to take out the new low. Now, we're gonna watch the video, right? While I got my rage quit, like you said, I'll try to get in right here, bro. Right? They kept stopping me out and started ranging right here. Then they made this whole move. But I started drawing this trend, like, I'm watching it so early now, bro, that like, if I see price do something like this, like I already start drawing the trend line from right here. Like early. Like early, bro. Because I'm seeing it so often, which you're gonna see so often. So my idea was to get in here and hold this thing, right? Because we know the price action rule. I'm not getting out of this trade, bro, till I see this, right? Till I see the price action rules being respected. So if you in this trade right here, when would you think is a good time to stop selling?
Stop selling it after it breaks for two, or it breaks and then it does the two,
Right.
what's it called, the two-legged?
Right, the two-legged pullback, right? And then it goes here. This is a good time to stop selling. Look how if you really, that's what's in my head now. These are the moves that I would need to catch. Yeah, bro. And this is your long run plan. Because you know basically one of the most powerful strategies of trading with the second entry pullback. Now it's to capitalize differently than other people. I still see other people scalping. My idea is to try to get these trades, scalp what I need, and have one running until this point here, and then cut my trade. So let's collect all that. Remember, that's our plan. You want me to leave this on here?
Yeah. Let's take a picture of it.
And we out.